I promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Oh, crud, I can't lie to you now. Ooh. Okay, today's going to be very touchy. I'm going to tell you up front what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about why insurance agents and people and service and all that stuff, why a lot of them don't care about you directly. Or at least don't show appreciation for you, the customer, which is complete opposite of the way that things should be. The reason being is by the way, before we start this, I'm going to quick note. In the comments below, let me know about your experiences, but I also want you to be positive. If this is just a rant, I don't want to, that's not what this channel's for. I'm trying to teach you guys insurance tips. That's what all these videos are for. Help you guys get better decisions, save money on your insurance, and that's really the give back. The thing about it is, I don't want everybody fighting in the comments like, oh, my insurance agent is horrible, all these people do this, or you guys are all sneaky jerks and all that stuff like car salesmen, right? That's fine. I've heard it. It happens. Nobody loves insurance. Nobody loves to buy insurance because you got to pay for something you don't want, right? Or if you're the smarter person, in my opinion, you do need it, or at least see a need for it to a point. There are some people, like I've called some people today, and my job was to offer them a certain service, but there were some people that it just didn't make sense. It didn't fit their lifestyle. And so I called them just to say hi, hey, I just want to follow up with you, see how you're doing. Do you have any questions for me? Just following up, but I didn't recommend the service that we were supposed to at that point because I looked at their info and I said, typically you can do this coverage, but you don't necessarily need it in your situation down the road. If this changes, then yeah, absolutely. Anyways, so I'm kind of going the opposite route, right? Why am I being so kind to people? And I'm not the kindest guy. I'm not going to lie to you. I am partially fit in this category where we just don't care. It's the truth. And the reason is because it's been so dulled down to low emotion, fast calls, lots of people. That's really the way you make money nowadays. There's two ways that you can do it. I want to get the misconception out there because there are agents, and I am partially an agent, and they lean towards servicing, referrals and servicing and referrals and servicing and referrals. Awesome. Opposite of what I'm going to say today. But there is a part of them that they have to kind of shut down and be cold to, and I'll show you here in a second. Then there's your direct agents who are just getting paid a salary. They don't care. They're yelled at by you all the time, or by somebody else, not you directly. Could have been like your neighbor yelled at him because he was having a bad day and you were the guy on the phone, right? So the reason I mean a lot of the agents are cold-shouldered is because a lot of you, if you've ever gone on one of those websites and filled out your information or been on Facebook and saw that ad that said, oh, if you're in Michigan or if you're in California, it doesn't matter where you are, right? You could be missing out on this one quick tool or this trick that you don't know about. And it's not a lie because they find things that could get you a discount that you might not have known about. But if you're watching these videos, you know about them, right? The thing is, they're advertising companies. They are a typical, it's called a web lead. And what they do is they get you to fill out just a little bit of information and they sell that information to insurance companies. Now that sounds tricky, but that's their business, right? The insurance companies have nothing to do with it. They're trying to buy as legitimate leads as they can, but because insurance is so tied up in competition, State Farm, Allstate, Geico, Progressive, Citizens, Nationwide, Allied, some companies have 2 and 3 companies underneath their insurance. Like Nationwide has Allied, and Liberty Mutual has Safeco, and Farmers has Foremost. They're all they had to branch out because there's so much competition. Farmers is more of the lower risk, where Foremost is the higher risk. They have to separate the two to keep it competitive for you. Because you as a higher risk, maybe under 25 years old, or maybe had a ticket or an accident, right? You're going to have to go into that higher risk pool, but they won't because it's going to be too pricey in the lower risk pool because it's going to raise everybody else's rates. So a lot of these companies, to keep up with competition, they're separating themselves. that's creating departments within the same company where they have to advertise separately, they have to do everything separately. And so now that lead, you're that one person, this web lead company or companies, there's thousands and thousands of them. Their job is to sell to whoever will pay for them the most, right? $5 a lead, that's pretty normal. And those $20 for premium, you fill it out right now, we'll give you a lead today. You're the only one that gets that lead at $20. Okay, and if you might not even be interested. So that's a thing, these companies are paying for this because it's easier to do that and go through that process. The problem is a lot of people aren't expecting that phone call. They didn't realize filling out that form, they didn't want the contact. They just thought they'd get a quote right then and there or an email and that would be it. So what's happening is they're buying the leads, and they know this. They know they're buying. It's about a third of them never answer, a third of them don't want to talk to you, and a third of them are interested. But that doesn't mean they buy. So there's like a 10% sales rate. It's really low. So you kind of have to be cold when you're calling 20 leads, 30 leads, 40 leads, 50 leads a month, and you're talking to people. A third of them didn't want to talk to you. How'd you call me? Why'd you call me? Click. Okay, right? Or I didn't want this. If I wanted to be harassed, I would have. That's what's happening, okay? So that's a third. The other third is I'm spending an hour of my day calling nothing. Oh, hey, this is Mark. I want to quote you. Okay, great. Click. Oh, hey, this is Mark. I want to quote you. Great. You have to be cold to that thing because if you aren't strong enough to stand that portion of the business, and that's just a piece of it, that portion, then you're just going to go crazy. You're going to be that guy that just sits there at his desk and just stares out the window, and before you know it, you're working in a completely different job. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to get that out there, and it's got nothing to do with you guys as the customers. You guys are absolutely awesome. You're looking for something, and you're looking for that person to fill that need. It might be price, it might be coverage, it might be service, right? It might be all of them, which is great, right? That's where I come in, and if you're in Michigan, let me know. But that's really what you're looking for. Now, the reason being, we love referrals. We'll pay for those if, we'll donate to causes. And that's what we do at my company is we donate whenever we get a referral, whether they buy or not. Just because we know that contact is a referral, imagine you're paying for leads, $5 a lead for 9 people are calling them, including yourself, right? So $5 a lead there, where a referral, you paid nothing, or you're donating $10 in their name, right? That's what we do. So you donate, which is great too, because it's still technically paying for it, but 10% close ratio, or them wanting to purchase it, versus like a 30% close ratio, because they were referred. Mark did a good job for me. You should call him, right? That's perfect. That's what we're looking for. Working with mortgage brokers when you're trying to buy a house. The close ratio on that, I think, is like 50%. So absolutely, we want to work with your mortgage broker, because if you're in an area that you're competitive in and you can work with those mortgage brokers, it wins for everybody. The mortgage broker gets a quick sale, they close quickly. You get the insurance lead, and you that's how you make your income, right? And you as the customer, you got a company that fits the pricing point and hopefully the service levels that you're looking for. So those are really the 3 different avenues of where leads come from in insurance, and that's the reason they tend to be cold in that online market. Because you have to. I'll take you through the process. The typical process of an online lead is you call instantly. Now this lead, we don't know when it came in. It could have came in a day ago. Okay, so you call instantly. You send an email. You send a text. You do the quote. Half hour later, you call again. Okay? And then an hour later, you call again. Then 4 hours later, you call again. Then the following day, you call twice. And you send out texts. That's how much it takes to get a hold of some of these. And it feels kind of like harassment on our end as well. And I know you as the person, you're just ignoring the call, if you even realized it. Or maybe your phone was shut off, right? And you get on, there's 10 messages from 10 different companies. So But that's the way they teach you. So when they sell you this lead, they have programs like, here, the most successful way is call right away, call an hour, half hour, call an hour. Because I have had it that way. It does work. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've gotten a hold on call one. Those are the best, right? I'm interested. Give me a quote. They haven't been contacted from the other 6, 7 companies. You quote them, if they like it, then they do. And they usually get annoyed by the 3rd or 4th company. But if I call you later in the afternoon because I was busy, I might be the 4th company that calls you, and now you're probably annoyed, right? That's not the design of it. I know this is looking bad on the insurance company, which it's the way the industry is, but the point of it is you legitimately went online and filled something out, whoever did the online portion, right? And you said, I am interested, I need contact, give me the best rates, okay? Nobody reads the disclosure. I don't. No one's reading we will call you, and up to 7 companies will call you. And that's great, right? They're fighting for your business. Well, make sure you have time for this if you're going to do that. But it's fine. I mean, you can do it. But you went online, filled out the form, you get the phone call, and then I've gotten people on call 1, on call 3, on day 2, on day 5. So there's like the process that they take you through. They've algorithmed it. They know the average person will answer on this call, or something's happening where they're busy, or maybe text works better, and I find that does. So there's a lot of different ways to go through it. And I've had times where you just got to be like, hey, you filled out a quote online. Well, I'm not interested. Well, why not? You know, you got to ask, right? Well, I'm tired of these phone calls. Well, let me give you at least one quick quote. And then they turn around, oh my goodness, I want that. Absolutely, send me the information. Let me look at it. I send it, you buy it, that's it. We're happy, right? You're happy. So there's a lot of like disconnect in that part of it. And I have seen a lot of agents kind of flounder in that spot, because the cost to get the other leads, the referrals and the mortgage people and all that stuff, that's as difficult as the other buying leads. It's actually more difficult because you have to connect with a mortgage broker or somebody that's going to refer to you. It's not that simple, because you got to imagine, if you're a mortgage broker and you're writing a mortgage for somebody, how many insurance people are coming at you like, hey, refer them, right? But you've already connected with your best friend from college who is an insurance guy, right? So now you're working with this guy, but you've got 10 other people, saying, hey, let me quote them. That's kind of like an annoyance to them as well, until they find, like, the thing is, you're trying to present to them something, like what you can offer, right? It's how can I assist you and make your closing better, quicker, faster, easier. And that's where I kind of play the role, and I'm happy where I'm at because of that, because I do work with, I think it's up to 17 companies now in Michigan. So I quote close to 80% of all the major companies in the state of Michigan. So there's a good chance that I can, bring the best deal to the table, also bring the best company to the table. There's different options, anywhere from Progressive to Safeco to Citizens, to any of those major guys that are more geared towards service versus price, technology versus a physical person to talk to. There's different options, and there's always going to be a fit for somebody. Anyways, that was the video today. I hope I didn't get too twisted. I don't want to get mixed up to say, you're doing something wrong, because you're not. We're doing something wrong, because I don't think they are. I think they're just a company trying to get in that competition. And there are many times where I do call that lead and it was completely legitimate. They knew they were going to get 5, 6, 7 phone calls. They did it on purpose, and that's the point of it, right? They're going to shop. I call them, I shop them through the 17 companies, and it's just like seamless. Yep, I'm checking these other 4 companies. I will call you in a day. Calls me the next day. Yep, you were the best one. Let's do it. Okay. But the other thing is, you got to remember, like, when you're talking to people like myself, who does quote multiple companies, we usually have the best rate. So we know that. So we're also looking for some sort of connection with you as well. Because if you're just the guy looking for the lowest dollar, where you're going to switch because of a $10 difference, you're going to leave us anyways. There will always be a cheaper company. Every year there will be someone that changes their rules or their algorithms, and you will fall in that category. And imagine all the work that we would put into it, or someone would put into it, and just to have you leave the following year when you get that follow-up from one of those companies a year ago who now saves you $10. So it's like, do you get it? Do you want it? Do you need it? Right? We're not going to sell you something you don't need. I hope nobody sells you something you don't need. I pray that you guys get a really good agent that can take care of you and service you the way you want. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below. Try not to flip out. Let me know what your thought process is. Have you gone through this program, this online web thing on Facebook by accident, where you're just trying to get those iPad points or win an iPad or something weird that a lot of these companies promote? Or I've had this before where you contacted and you never filled something out. That happens a lot because there's fake phone numbers. They put fake phone numbers in. Sometimes an agent, which should never happen, but sometimes an agent sells your information. That'd be crazy because it's like just losing your own business. But I've seen that too, where they just make a couple bucks and they lose their customer in the end anyways. But yeah, let me know what you guys have had happen. I will continuously try to make the best videos I can for you. Hopefully this helps, and let me know if you guys liked it. Thumbs up, subscribe if you want more tips and tricks for insurance. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.